Hey beautiful people, I'm Sharon, also known as Mrs. Q. Welcome and thank you for joining me today. It's great to be back and to have you here with me again. If you're new to my channel and if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing, share, like and comment, but most of all, please enjoy. I'd been looking for the perfect summer bag for ages and thought I'd finally found the perfect ones when I bought my last two last year. But when I've seen this year's straw bags and summer bags, I've had to reconsider and stop myself from making an unnecessary and frivolous purchase and look for inspiration. Fortunately, it's not been too hard with Loewe at the forefront with their straw bucket bag, which, surprisingly to me anyway, has actually been around for the last 4 years. And to date, I've only actually ever seen one person carrying it out, and as my husband will let you know, I am so nosy, it definitely wouldn't have escaped my attention if more people were carrying this bag. My main reason for mentioning this bag in particular is because it has actually been a great source of inspiration for me, and it has reminded me of an old trend and two good old faithful bags that I've had for such a long time that I think would fit the bill perfectly for a all-rounder summer bag, straw bag, and something that you can just use so much more, and that is so versatile. But before I get to those, here are the last two that I bought last summer. The first one is from ASOS, and I got it because I felt it was just the right amount of casual and smart for holidays and for summer days out and about. It also gave me Bottega Veneta vibes and a little bit of Monsieur Gabriel. It is in a raffia fabric and it is quite pouchy, as you can see here. Unlike the two designer ones that I mentioned, it does have a zip fastening as opposed to that clasp fastening, which I believe they both have. It also has an acrylic chain strap originally, but I found that kept snapping, so I've just reinforced it with a metal chain strap that I had knocking about, and I think it actually looks quite nice together. I do like that kind of pewter gold tone altogether, and plus with the original strap, it's not taking anything away from how the bag looked previously before adding it. It is quite a kind of flat bag. It's stuffed at the moment, so it doesn't look too pancake-ish. And speaking of food items and bags, please do be mindful not to overfill this clutch bag because of the color and the shape of it. The last thing you want is to look like you're carrying a loaf of bread under your arm. The second bag is from Primark, and it is this round straw bag in sort of like a creamy kind of color. It has these two pretty top handles, a little button in the front, and a crossbody carry strap. Now, this was in Primark for absolutely ages and at full price, and you know, for whatever reason, I just didn't want to spend £10 on the bag. It's not a lot of money, but in my mind, I thought it was like that one holiday use bag, maybe two if it actually survived. And you know, I just really didn't want to spend the money, and the only reason why I bought it is because one day when I wasn't even looking for it, I went into the shop and it had finally gone down in price, probably to about 2 or 3 quid. So you know what, I just gave in and bought it. And strangely enough, and I'm glad that I did buy it, because I am actually still seeing people selling it online. Some of them are new, some of them are used, but I have seen it selling for up to £15, which is more than Primark were ever selling it for. So possibly it could be a great investment. I keep it because, you know, it is a very cute summer bag. It keeps coming back year after year, and it is quite a classic style of straw bag. Speaking of styles that come back year after year, my first good old faithful is my Longcham Le Pliage, and this is a true example of a classic. The Le Pliage has been around since 1993, so that's almost 30 years now, and every year it proves itself 100% to be such a great investment. At this point, I have to say it absolutely blows my mind how we can spend so much money on one item, whether it's a bag, a pair of shoes, a dress, whatever it is, and wear it once a year, if that, and the rest of the time it's just sat in the cupboard gathering dust and not working for us. This little baby is probably one of the hardest workers in my wardrobe. I have to say I've probably had it for about, I'm going to say 10 years, if not 15 years. As you can see, it is a bit worn. She's had a good life. She still has loads more life left in her. There's a couple of marks on it which are easily rubbed off. I haven't done it in a little while because I have been using it quite a lot. The edges are starting to fray and it has a little bit of bubbling on it, but it really is such a great bag and such a hard worker. I think this is probably going to be possibly the medium size, and as small as it looks, it actually does fit so much stuff in it. I have chucked quite a few bits and bobs in here. It's not necessarily what you would take away for the weekend, but as I say, it's just to show you how much actually holds in this useful little bag. So let's open it up. Oops, if we can get it open. So I've packed a small toiletry bag. Obviously you're not going to be taking away full sizes of anything. It's just always going to be miniatures and what have you in this small little toiletry bag. I have a white t-shirt, a cardigan, a dress, a pair of shorts. I have a sleeveless duster, a maxi dress, a ribbed vest. I have a white knitted vest, and I also have one in khaki, same knitted vest. I have 2 pairs of culottes and just 2 pairs of shoes, which is this and this. And I always like to travel with a little bag just in case I need to decant anything or go shopping and I don't want to unpack my whole bag. So you go. This little baby has fitted all this stuff in it in one little bag. I have actually packed this bag very strategically for a 3-day trip away for a friend's wedding, and it included all my outfits for the wedding, for the events before and after, my toiletries, my makeup. I think I probably even had 2 pairs of shoes in here, and a spare wig. So as you can see, it is absolute magic how much stuff you can get into it. Another thing that's great about this bag is it fits perfectly under the seat if under seat luggage is your whole luggage allowance on some of those budget flights. You know, be smart, save money, and don't pay for luggage if you don't have to, because we all know when we go away on holiday we always overpack and don't even wear half the things that are in those bags. So why pay the money for stuff that you're not even going to use? When you're not using it as luggage, it folds up and packs so well, taking up literally 0 room in your luggage. It's so lightweight and so handy that when you get to your destination you can use it for so many things, like, you know, running to the store to get a few bits and pieces like your snacks and your water. You can use it for your days out when you go to the markets, and you can also use it as a beach bag. For that elegant Parisian look when you're in the city, pack it full of your niggly bits and bobs, you know, a spare pair of shoes, a shawl for those cool summer nights, your camera equipment, a bottle of water, some snacks. You know, it is really the perfect and versatile bag, whether you're on holiday, whether you're going into the office, whether you're going out with the girls. It is perfect and worth every penny spent on it. Staying with the Parisian inspiration, the next bag that I've dusted off to get me through the summer is my Coach Metro bag. It is this one here, and it really does remind me of the Louis Vuitton Never Full, which is again a super popular style regardless of what the naysayers say. This is such a convenient bag for in the city, for when you're on holiday, and it really is one of those bags that personally I never could understand when I first saw people carrying it to the beach. This possibly would have been when I went on my first and last solo holiday to Spain, possibly in, I'm going to say 2014, which again is when I bought this Coach tote bag that I've just showed you. I bought it from the outlet in Spain, so it probably came out a few years before that. Obviously, as I've got it at the outlet, it wouldn't have been in the stores anymore, but it is again one of those bags that year after year has come back in different colors, different fabrics with different accents on it, and I'm so glad that I got mine in a neutral color because I can carry it with absolutely everything. This really has turned out to be such a great investment piece, because as the years have gone on, I've bought a couple of pieces around it as well, including the little wallet. I've also got a crossbody bag, because you know, sometimes when you're carrying your tote bag, there's so much stuff in there, you just want to be able to easily get to stuff, so this works so well. Another piece that I've also invested in is the rucksack, which again is the perfect color and to a great extent the same kind of leather as it. So this is it just here, and here they all kind of go together, so it's almost a bit like having a luggage set that works in different ways in different areas depending on what it is you're doing. Let's say the rucksack is great for going to work, the tote bag is for, you know, when you just want to pop out of the office and go down the road and not lug around the big rucksack, and as well as I've said, the crossbody is great for not having to root around in your bag looking for stuff. Obviously the purse is just a purse. Looking at the purse just now, it actually does go really well with the Longcham, so without having to invest in like tons and tons of pieces that specifically only go with each other, I think this has worked out really well. It wasn't done intentionally, as I say, it's just a great subconscious investment. Besides, if Kate and Meghan can carry them, who am I to deny my inner royal from shining through? One thing to note that I didn't even know until just now is that the Louis Vuitton Neverfull was actually originally made as a beach bag, and so when I've seen people carrying it to the beach, they were actually using it for its intended purposes. I guess it's just over time that people have started using it for all sorts, as a travel companion, as a city bag, a work bag, and this is what it means, getting the most out of your purchases. I'd love to hear your experiences shopping your own wardrobes and trying to reduce your retail spends, if that's something that you're working on. And also, if you do have any questions, please pop them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. As always, thank you for joining me today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.